Interesting take.
Now, our guy, I'm gonna pronounce his name right, Chequan Lewis. So we love to highlight black millionaires and black executives, black leadership, and people who are doing things the right way and representing, the community leadership and making sure that they're doing it in a way where they can inspire, and also it's a way that is attainable. Because I think a lot of times you look at some of the people that are propped up in our community, and while you love LeBron fading from half court, it's just not attainable. It's some of those things like, I'm not 7 feet.
Yeah.
I'm not 5% body fat. Like, I'm smart, but I don't really have nobody to look up to. So this is why I love stories like this. So Howard University alum, so shout out to HU, and Harvard Law grad. So he got a long resume, man.
Yeah.
So he's doing his thing. Chequan Lewis has been appointed to CEO of Crunch Fitness. Now,
That's major.
previously he was working at Pizza Hut, so he kind of rose up the ranks to Pizza Hut and was like so he's a lawyer by trade, and then he was like the senior counsel, general counsel, and then he rose to the COO, Chief Operating Officer, and then once you get that executive role,
You in there.
Yeah.
No, this is beautiful. I was having a conversation the other day with somebody about how important representation is in a professional world for young black people, and them getting to see examples, and these people not necessarily being celebrities but being well known, like how important it is. Because I literally was laughing about this with somebody. I'm like, when I was 6, I would dress up in my mirror with a bandana on, a headband on top, a fitted hat, a basketball jersey, and an oversized tee, and go grab my dad's chain and have it, because I wanted to look like Nelly.
Yes.
Because he was the hottest thing.
Yes,
in
hottest fish
whatever,
grease
02, 03,
03,
right?
yeah.
Or like had that look like Allen Iverson. And, I thought at that point when I was like 6 or 7 that I would eventually make it to the NBA, right? Like, that's what I'm thinking. And I told somebody, being from Detroit, the very first professional black role model I ever remember seeing on the TV screen that was a man was our mayor at the time, Kwame Kilpatrick.
Right.
And then outside of that, like, right, but that fell to the wayside, right?
That
'Cause they
blew
threw
up,
him under the jail. And then right after that was Obama.
Yep.
And I was like, around 7th or 8th grade time, the age that we were when Obama was, running for his first term. And I'm like, to think that Kwame Kilpatrick and Obama were the only black representations of like education and professionalism that I saw on TV and knew as successful people that weren't, rappers, actors, or athletes, it's kind of crazy. So when we see, the gentleman like Chequan Lewis and the young man who's the CEO of Red Lobster as well, like when we see that and those stories can go viral, that is so important. And I'm hoping that the youth is paying attention to this too.
Yes.
I hope that middle school and high school kids are seeing this and they think, I don't have to be a streamer or athlete or a rapper. I can really just be very smart, be a professional, and still end up, with a very successful career and making a lot of money and having a great impact.
And I remember being, so if you guys don't know, I got some breaking news for you. I'm short. I don't know if y'all didn't know that, right? But being short, I realized, playing basketball, I have to be a lot better than everybody around me. So obviously it worked on my game. I got a lot better than people around me. So I'm short in high school. I'm like, man, these guys are good. Like, I really got to be, I really got to be on it. So I worked my tail off 9th grade year. I was on a freshman team, and I skipped. So 9th grade year, you're on your freshman team. Then they put me on the JV team on 9th grade towards the end of the year. So I'm like one of the only freshmen on the JV team. So I'm thinking I'm doing good, whatever. Sophomore year, I'm balling out on the JV team. They moved me up to varsity. Now I'm in the 10th grade on varsity. So, I'm short. So everybody like, hold on. They when they see you, they like, hold on. Bro must be like, I'm checking him.
Yeah.
And I'm boop, boop, boop. like going crazy, right? And I realized like you have to have that competitive advantage. But also I had a very rude awakening. So one of my best games I ever had, I'm talking about, bro, I had like 22. Like I can't shoot. Like I'm not a shooter unless I'm in the actual game. I don't know what it is, bro. Like my shooting percentage from the three in a real regulated game with referees is probably like 50%. But the coach never draw up a play for me to shoot.
Because in practice,
Because in practice, I'm bricking, right? So it was one of those situations to where like this game I got hot, bro. Like I had like 3 threes, had some steals. So I ended up with like 24 points. I always have assists, right? Because I be doing my thing. Steals. Bro, I even had like a block. Like how did I get a block, right? Like
random.
I'm going for the steal. The guy go up to shoot. I block it, and I had the best game of my life. It was scouts. I'm looking up Michigan, Michigan State, Central Michigan, Saginaw, Eastern, Western, Toledo, all of the scouts in the Midwest, Indiana, and I'm seeing them, and it's like a playoff game, and I'm like, dog, like my dream about to come true. Bro, they walked right past me, walked up to my mans. He ain't even have a good game, but he was 6'4", and they walked up to him. Yeah, man, we want to invite you to a workout. We like what you're doing. Go to these camps, whatever. And I'm like, none of these scouts came up to me, bro.
Gotta get smart.
And I'm like, fuck, I got to start a business.
Pick up that book,
bro,
man.
I'm like, I got to start a business, man. I'm an entrepreneur, like, and ever since then, and then, I went to 11th grade, and by that time, 11th grade, I lost my love for the game, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was still playing, but I was, like, halfway doing it, and I was focusing just on my own business, reading, audio, all of this type of stuff. Like, I was just listening, just feeding myself, like, positive information and just trying to get around. Like, that's when I joined the mock trial for I had like this mock trial at school, so I joined that. That was at Wayne State, which is crazy, full circle. But I say that to say, like, if I was a little bit taller, I don't think I'd be as successful.
None of this would happen.
I don't think I'd be, because I got a lot of partners who I grew up with who was 5'10". They still trying to live that hoop dream, bro. Because when they go to the court, they first getting picked up. So like they were in that scary.
That
middle ground of I'm tall to other people, but I'm very short to professional sports. And I benefited from being short that day because it made me realize, unless I'm Isaiah Thomas, Earl Boykins, like
Nate Robinson,
you
got to jumping from the free throw line,
dunking. Like if I'm not doing that, you better off trying to be the owner of the team.
Literally.
So black kids out there and just kids in general, you see this, it's okay to be smart. And this is so crazy. My life is, I get paid for being smart.
Yeah. So I was about to say something about that. I was recently speaking at a local high school in Detroit with a couple buddies of mine, and one of the young men, he's like 2 or 3 years younger than me, but he played in the NFL.
Okay.
And so, we're talking to these young cats. Obviously, all of them are like on the football team, but we all know statistically that the likelihood of anybody in that room making it to the NFL and getting a big contract is very small, right?
Facts.
And so I had reiterated the point while we were talking to those young men. I'm like, okay, you made it to the league. You probably had 50 guys on your high school team. How many of y'all made it to the league? He's like, I'm the only one, right? Exactly. And so at that point, I think the kids like resonated with it. But it was so interesting because he literally brung to the school the paper copy of his rookie contract and like passed it around and showed them, like, you see that, like that 1.3 million, right?
Okay.
Like, and so the kids are like, wow, like that's crazy. Like, at however old he was, 23, 22, when he got that contract, like literally, like it's $1 million on paper. And it was funny because when he got done, with his presentation and talking about other things, I reiterated to them, like, look, I played sports. By the time I got to college, I'm like, hang that up. Let's just get smart. And then this is on the fly, right? Because he's talking before me. I'm like, let me do something. So I start going through my phone, And like probably like 3 days before that, I had a client who like paid a significant invoice for consulting.
Yeah.
And like I screenshotted it and then I like blurred out the name. And I'm like, guess how long it took me to make this amount of money? I think it was like a $5,000 invoice that was paid.
Yeah.
And they like, a month, 2 months, 3 weeks. I said, this was 90 minutes worth of work. And I'm
Yeah.
like, now do the math. And I was like, imagine if I do this many this week, multiply that over the course of
I'm
a
making
year.
NBA money.
And they
make
looking at the number, they
I
like-
can make a
They're like,
1.2
wow.
million.
And I'm like, exactly. And I'm like, if I tried to hoop or play football right now, I will pull my hamstring. However, because I've been investing in my skill set, my knowledge, and I have something to offer people, they're willing to pay me, and that adds up just as well. And I'm like, because most of y'all do not have a chance at getting $1 million contract as an NFL player, but you can make $1 million being smart.
Yes, and then you can. The crazy thing about it is you can make $1 million being smart a lot longer.
So that's the other thing. You can do that until you 75 years old.
It was like a study that showed that being an attorney is better off financially, or being a doctor or a lawyer is better off financially than being an athlete. Because unless you're Chris Paul or LeBron James or one of these people that got these mega big contracts, a lot of these people, they blow their money and they end up broke. And it's like,
before 30 years old.
yeah, and now you 32, you done pulled a hamstring. They drafted the next dude who's 19 that can shoot better than you, jump better than you, and he's Zion Williams. So now they like, okay, well, we're going to move on to Zion.
Now you working at Enterprise.
Exactly. So now it's like your skill set that got you all the millions of dollars that you blew is now the reason why you're not valuable anywhere else.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of these dudes file bankruptcy and things like that. But if you were an attorney, yeah, you wouldn't have made the tens of millions of dollars up front. But at 32, an attorney, you got 50 more years, as long as you can practice, as long as you can speak.
Yep.
And then once you build your law practice, you ain't got to do nothing. You got a bunch of attorneys working for you.
Yep.
Now you're just a consultant in the room that's giving advice. 90 minutes making $50,000, $100,000 now. So I think kids need to understand that being smart is the long game. Athletics, being an athlete, that's the short game. And if you got that gift, I'm not telling you not to go for it. But why not be Jaylen Brown? Why not be both?
Yeah.
Like, he's very smart, went to college, all of that, MVP, athlete, make hundreds of millions of dollars, and I guarantee he's investing it.
Yep. And the likelihood of him
Going broke
having a successful business when he retires
is extremely high.
Yeah, most
And the
definitely.
likelihood of him going broke is extremely low. Thank you guys for watching. I want to make a deal with you. On my end, I'm going to produce high-quality, informative content for you to enjoy and learn from. And on your end, you're going to subscribe down below to the podcast. Now, we have a 50-50 deal to build this independent media company together. And if you want to invest with us and ensure our success, subscribe down to the YouTube membership. It really, really helps us hire journalists, hire videographers, and do the investigative journalism and independent journalism that you love and that you learn from.